How many messages should you send to a woman that you like? Hi guys, my name is Christine Loveridge and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about how many messages should you send to a woman that you like. So first of all, let's talk about online dating. So when I first started dating my fiance, we met on the dating app Tinder. On that first night that we matched, I sent her a few messages, so maybe about 3 or 4 on the dating app Tinder, before asking for her Facebook. And then when we were on Facebook, I then messaged her on Facebook, this was all in the same evening by the way, and asked to meet up with her that Saturday. And I think this may have been a Saturday or a Sunday when this happened, when we first matched. So I left it a week before we could meet up. I set the date for a week in advance. Once I set that date within that first evening, I didn't message her again throughout the whole week because we'd made plans, we'd set up a date, there was no need for me to message her again because my idea was, well, we'll get to know each other on the date. We won't get to know each other over Facebook or through Messenger or whatever. I wanted to get to know her and ask her questions in person. So I left that all to the date. But there was obviously a few little conversations that we had, but it wasn't that many messages on the night that we matched and we got each other's Facebook. So it was probably maybe that first conversation, online dating, was probably about 10 messages. So messages saying, something about a Tinder profile, you having a little conversation there, and then asking for the Facebook. And then when we was on Facebook, I asked her if she would like to meet up next weekend, and then we arranged something. And this happened in around 10 messages from me. Okay, so I sent her roughly around 10 messages to arrange all this, to get the Facebook, to make a few jokes here and there, and to, arrange a date. So that's online dating. For the first date, probably around 10 to 15. So basically your idea is when you start getting her in a conversation, you need to start arranging and making that date happen. And the reason why I asked for her Facebook was so that she would feel more comfortable because, we don't know who these people are on, when you're talking to someone on an online dating profile, you don't really know who they are. So if you have each other's Facebook, you'll be then to see and determine whether or not someone's a catfish or not. So she was able to see by how many friends I had, by my photographs, by the posts that were on my page, that I was an actual real person. I was also able to do the same by looking at her profile on Facebook. Because there's only so much on a dating website. So when you first start getting in contact with a girl on a dating app or on a dating website, arrange to have, add each other on social media apps. And then when you're on the social media app, arrange to meet up. So what about if you know someone? What if this is someone that you know from school or from work? So if you know a girl from school or work, how many messages should you send her? Well, if you already know them, then you probably don't need to send as many as 10 or 15, like what I did when I first started talking to my fiance. It's probably best to just send them one, actually, if you're asking them out. So, if this is someone and you're already on each other's social medias and stuff like that, you can just message them one, asking them out. The way that you want to go about it is you just want to kind of say, hey, I just want you to know I think you're really cute. When are you next free to meet up? Something along those lines. Now, after you have been on your first initial date with a girl that you like, before asking her out again, leave it roughly around 5 days to a week. And the reason why you leave it 5 days to a week is they have time and space to think about you. I spoke about this previously in another video, but when I did this to my fiance, basically after our first date, I didn't message her until 5 days had passed to ask her out again. And later on in our relationship, we was talking about this, and she said that she was glad that I did it. She was glad that I did that. She was happy about it. The reason why she was happy about it was because it gave her time and space to think about me. It gave her time and space to think about the date, how she felt about the date. Because if you just bombard a girl with messages straight after a date or in the days between asking her out again, you are coming across as someone who's very needy and very insecure. And it's clear that you are already attached to her. And basically, you don't want to come across as if you are very attached to her, because at this moment in time, if you've only been on one date, you don't know each other well enough to have that attachment. It's too much too soon. So leave it a week. Leave it around 5 days before asking her out again. Remember, my fiance said to me she was happy that I did that. And if she has a high self-esteem and she's not insecure, she won't care that you waited 5 days to message her to ask her out again, because you should come across as someone who has a busy life, who has stuff that they need to do, and you don't have all the time on your hands just to message girls. So if you come across that way, she'll understand. She'll understand, okay, well, this person has a life, so obviously, they're not going to message me the day after a date or the 2 days after a date. They have other stuff going on in their lives, and that's the way that you need to come across, that you will get back to her and talk to her when you're available to do so. So what if this is someone that you have known for a while? So if you have known someone for a while, then I would say you probably only need to send them one message as well. I've recently been finding myself quite attracted to you. I would like to go out on a date with you. When are you free to meet up? That's all you need to say. And they'll either say to you, no, I only want to be friends with you, or they'll say yes to go out on a date with you, or they'll come up with some kind of wishy-washy excuse as to not see you and not be very clear on it, and just be very wishy-washy in general and a bit flaky. Don't put it as, oh, I've recently gotten feelings for you, because feelings are kind of very attachment based, like you're already in love with her basically. But if you say you've developed a recent attraction for her, that's a lot less attachment based. You're just finding her attractive now, even if you haven't. Okay, so even if you have been feeling that way for a long time and you feel like you're in love with her, just say you have found a new attraction for her and you would like to go on a date with her, and you just want to know when she's free to do so. Okay, and that's all you need to do. But the point is in the dating process, you want to take your time with the relationship labels, with love. You need to take your time and be very slow with it, and just let her develop those feelings as well, and give her the time to do so. And you do that just by backing off a little, not messaging her very often between dates, and just waiting for her to grow that attraction and to have the same feelings towards you. Because I know if you are masculine, so you're a masculine lesbian or or a man, you can get your emotions invested very quickly. And I understand that, because I also used to be that way. But unfortunately, people who are feminine don't operate that way. They take a lot more slower, and they have to take their time to get to know someone in order to develop those feelings. So give her the space and time, and eventually she'll start reaching out to you. You'll start seeing each other more. But the rule of thumb is date her once a week until she starts reaching out to you more, and then you can date her more. Just take your time. Be very relaxed and very peaceful about it, and try not to get too attached and to get too obsessed and too emotionally involved too soon. Because remember, when you go into a date, you should be very skeptical. You're trying to figure out who this person is and if they are right for you. But if you go in with all these preconceived notions of who they are like, of what they are like, because you've made up a fantasy in your head, you're going to become too attached too soon, and they're going to wonder why you're so attached when you haven't even been out on a few dates yet. So anyway, I hope this has helped you. Remember, being less attached is key. Remembering that you are a person of worth, and if someone does turn out to be not interested in you, that's got nothing to do with your worth as a human being. You are still worthy. Anyway, I hope this has helped you. If you have any tips as well, please leave them in the comments section below so we can help each other out. If you would like help with me personally, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com/shop. Alternatively, you can use the email address provided in this video's description box. Please like this video, please subscribe, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.